When it comes to maintaining your snowboard, one thing that is often left out of the conversation is how to clean your snowboard base. Typically, as spring progresses and the snow starts to melt, dirt can rise to the surface of the snow. And riding snow like this can really gunk up your board with dirt. Additionally, if you're someone who likes to ride rails and boxes, you can find the pores of your base gunking up with grime even quicker. If you have a higher end snowboard, you will most likely have a board that has a sintered base, which means the base material has pores. Putting wax into those pores is what allows your board to glide and ride quick. But as those pores clog up with dirt and grime after riding for a long time, it can slow you down. There are some base cleaner products out on the market, but those can tend to really dry your base out and they're not ideal. Instead, the best way to clean your base is using the hot scrape method. To start, apply a nice coat of wax on your board, just as if you were waxing it normally. To apply this first coat of wax, it is nice to use a cheap all-temp wax because we will be scraping it off very quickly. Make sure to really heat up that wax and bake it into the board. Now that you have a nice coat of wax on, you will use your iron to heat up the wax as you scrape it off. This will help to remove that grime and dirt from your pores, much more so than a dry scrape. To do this, warm up an area that you will be scraping down the length of your board. And when scraping, you'll want to do this in the direction of nose to tail. Now, as you scrape, you will be slowly running the iron ahead of the scraper to heat the wax up that you'll be pulling off. With each pass that you do this, you'll see the dirty wax cake up on your scraper. Every time you do this, take a paper towel and wipe the dirty wax off. You will not want to leave deposits of this dirty wax on your board because every time you run the iron over it, you'll be pushing that dirt back into the base. After you've hot scraped each pass, move one scraper width down and continue the process. If running the iron in front of your scraper is a little tricky, another way you can do this is by heating up one path with your iron. Once you see that wax is glistened and warmed up, you can quickly take your scraper by itself and scrape that hot wax off. Now that you've scraped your whole board, take a Scotch Brite pad, which you can find at any grocery store, and buff out the board. This will pull out any remaining wax particles that are left on your board. Now that you've completely hot scraped your board, you'll have a dry base because not only have you pulled the wax that you just put on, but you've pulled all the wax from previous uses off. Because of this, you'll now want to wax like you would any time before going out to snowboard. And there you go. Now you have a clean, fast, fresh base to get back out and keep ripping. If you know anybody that could benefit from this video, make sure to send it to them. But as always, thanks for shredding with us, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.